What's up, peeps? How's everybody out there, man? It's so good to be here again with you guys. Now, listen, let me tell you something. I know I got to give this official. Like I like to call this my Mad Mike. So when I say "What's up?" I'm back. Welcome back. I'm gonna place it on that Mad Mike. Let me tell you, I can be talking about me being mad, or we just got a microphone that you can come spit when you are mad, or I can spit when I am mad. But either way you want to take it, what they call double entendres. We're gonna call this the Mad Mike. That's what we do it right here when we get together. It's not me, it's we. When we get together on this Mad Mike, we can just talk about the things we want to talk about. Now, let's jump into this because, boy, we saw something Monday night. We saw something Monday night. And I said on my other show today that I don't take pleasure in watching the pain of another football player. Now, when I'm sitting on the sideline, certainly when I'm playing his ass, I take pleasure in watching your pain because that's my job at that time is to cause you pain. And I do it well. So that's a different thing. I just want to tell everybody that's a different thing. Now you guys know you're right here on the Michael Irvin YouTube channel, right on my Mad Mike. You got what I'm saying. I take it personal. I take it personal when we're playing against each other. I'm trying to cause you all the possible pain. But as an analyst, I'm looking back and I'm hoping and wanting everybody to do as best they can. I just want the Cowboys to win. You see, I want everybody to have success. I just want the Cowboys to win. That's my personal way. I don't enjoy seeing you in pain, but I just want the Cowboys to win. But that Monday night game, because I was in so much pain after the Sunday game. That Monday night game, Atlanta and Philadelphia. And I took Philadelphia, and I saw what Atlanta looked like in week one. You guys remember right here on this Michael Irvin YouTube channel, I told you when they picked up Kirk Cousins, I told you to buy in. Buy in right now. I told everybody that. Buy in right now. Don't worry about it. This team here have what it needs to get to a playoffs because Kirk was going to give them an opportunity to do things now. And then they got the young buck to come in and try to help them do things later. Like my favorite candy. Remember, I told y'all about that. They didn't have success now and success later. Last night, you witnessed the now. You witnessed the now. And what I saw when I was telling you guys this as soon as they made that deal for Kirk Cousins. You witnessed it now. And it was against a very good football team. Philadelphia looked great early in that game. They looked great early in that game. You guys saw it, man. They were running the ball. Saquon Barkley looked like, oh my God, it looks like they were ready to be a juggernaut out there, just running people over. Now, Atlanta, who's playing in a tough division because we already talked about it. You saw what the Saints did to my boys, right? You saw what Tampa's doing right now. Those teams are all undefeated. Atlanta, after that blowout loss, week one, they had to come back and do some, and they did. The way they won that game is what they need right now. I saw the young dude standing sitting up on the desk talking and interviewing afterwards, Drake London. And he was talking about how clean that last drive was. I saw Kirk Cousins after the game when he did that interview, when he was saying, yeah, Lori, yeah, we Yeah, you're here. Man, come on, man. Man, I don't know what that is now. So we're back, right? We're back. We're back. Okay. Sorry about that, man. I don't know what happened here. I'm in the hotel right here. Just got off the air in LA. At, almost told you what hotel room I was in. Somebody just knocked on the door too. So whatever it is, hold up. But let me get back into this. Listen, let me tell you, let me finish up. Sorry that happened. So I must be the Wi-Fi thing, and I don't know much about it. Usually, I have my assistants here who knows how to do all of that stuff. I'm kind of technologically, not that smart. So something happened, but I got my boy Nathan on the other side who took care of it and got it taken care of. Oh, I got somebody at the door. You gotta wait 1 second. 1 second. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Thank you. Well, that's turned out. When they come by and give you an extra water, little soda, little pillows, or anything. That's the kind of stuff they do at these kinds of hotels. In the evening, they take care of you. But I want to get back to the conversation I was telling you guys about. I want to talk about Atlanta again. I believe in that division, Atlanta's going to turn some heads. That's a very good football team, a very good football team. Now, when I look at the balance of it and I see how that game went, I said, and I start playing it up on the Dallas Cowboys. Which way did this go? Who comes out of week one ahead of who? And I would still have to give it to Philadelphia. Philadelphia's loss wasn't as bad as I thought Dallas's loss was. And I look, Philadelphia has some help coming. You know what I mean? They have help coming in A.J. Brown. So, I look at them and say, they got help coming. And I look at the Cowboys and say, well, they got help coming too, and that's going to be DaRon Bland. So, but they need help on the front end of that defense, the Dallas Cowboys do, with stopping the run. DaRon Bland's going to help on the back end a lot. But what A.J. Brown is going to bring to Philly is going to be the determining factor. Because maybe with A.J. Brown, they win that game Monday night. Now, I know I'm doing all the talking, and I told you guys this is about us. This is about we. So I'm going to take some questions here in the show, and I'm going to pick up the questions and hear and talk about what you guys want to talk about and how you see it. We want to do those things, talk about how you see it. But I'm telling you about that Monday night game. It was just a good game. It's a good game played at the end. And everybody was talking about today about the Saquon Barkley drop. I have no problem with that play. I thought it was a perfect play. They weren't junking it up inside. You get Jalen Hurts on the edge. And did you guys see earlier how well he was running? He looks much better than he did last year. Right now, I mean, he has some swivel back on him. He was moving around real good out there. It was much better. So now you get that guy on the edge with Saquon Barkley. You're two big money men, big time players. Coaches want to send a message and want to solidify the locker room so they can believe in the lead players. Here comes a big game that you, right now, your lead players can shut the game down right now. That's why I had no problem with the play. And he gave him a two-way option. Jalen Hurts rolling out. If you see him open right now, you see him come open, Saquon, you throw the ball to him right now, he makes the play and go. If you do not see him open, if the guy is defending him well, then Saquon's job, as soon as Jalen would do this, he would pump it, that says to Saquon, turn and start blocking, and now you become the lead blocker. So it gave me a two-way option. Quick pass if he's open, right? If I pump it, you turn and start blocking, and you become my lead blocker, and I'll try to run and get the ball, and the ball never touches the ground. It was wide open. He just simply dropped the ball. Right call from the coach. Didn't get it performed perfectly on the player side. Now, the problem came in that defense. Let me tell you what they say. Every team, whenever you're in a 2-minute drill, you need a field goal or you need a touchdown. The first thing coach says, everyone, let's just focus on the first down. Come in the huddle. We need one first down. That says we got it going. You always start with that one first down. And they said, oh, boop, we got one big play. Oh, we got another big play. Every big play you get, your confidence rises and rises. That defense is what lost that game. You got to step up and make some plays in that moment. And they did not. And Philadelphia had a chance to come back, and they could not. So that's what I'm saying. Give credit, because the Atlanta defense shut it down, to the Falcons and what they did in taking out the Philadelphia Eagles and helping, my Dallas Cowboys, man. I like that. What was that though? Love you. Oh, who? Somebody went by the restaurant. Somebody went by the restaurant. Hi. And he's asked me about Mike Zim and that defense, and that's my worry right there. Because get this, guys, for a Cowboy fan, you talk all you want about what happened with Philadelphia. It's about to get going here when Baltimore comes into Dallas, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's about to get going. That thing is going to be real. With the way they could not stop the run, and the way Baltimore really wants to run, they're starting 0-2. The best thing that can happen to Baltimore right now is play the Dallas Cowboys, because that will make everything all right. You're going to get the big stage, and they hurt in the area that you call your strength. You want to be a running game, and they've been hurt trying to stop that run. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting game. And I'll tell you how I see it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am worried about that game. Now, I want to tell you and talk about something else right here on the Michael Irvin YouTube channel that I'm worried about. And I want to share this, guys, with you guys. And I want to talk to you guys about this also. The Tua situation. Right now, the NFL has put Tua on IR. That means he'll be out at least 4 weeks, And I thought when I heard that today, honestly, guys, that, wow, okay, that's good. That's good. Because I thought someone was going to force him to retire right away because of the upswell and everybody's saying, oh, my God, you can't put him back on the field again. This move by the NFL gave me a little hope. Yes, we're acknowledging all of it and then the seriousness of it. Of course, they're worried about Tua first and foremost, but they're also acknowledging all of you guys' concern and care for the guys. So, yeah, it's real. And they're saying, let us take 4 weeks here. We want to get all the information we can, but we also want to give you guys the time to calm down. Calm down, just in case the doctors say he can go back on the field. Calm down. The time. So I'm happy that they're giving Tua these 4 weeks. Now think about this though. Now, usually somebody gets a concussion, you go through protocol, and you're back on the field the next Sunday if you pass protocol. there's nothing Tua can do to get back on the field next Sunday. I would imagine that was a hard decision to have with him when they had that decision with him. Excuse me. When they told him, regardless, we're going to put you on IR right now to give us time to really dig deeper into this. And I'm happy they did that. Because I told you, like I said, I think that means that they give him a shot to be coming back in 3 or 4 weeks. Now, and I want to say this one thing, guys, and I want you to say something. They have these protection things, right, that they wear now, that they put over their heads, some kind of like protective caps. Forgot the name they called it, right? And my concerns were, why wasn't Tua wearing it? Even right there. Now, I told you I can understand, okay, he's trying to be a leader, so he takes a risk. I don't advise you to take that risk. But I'm saying I think he knows even more now. Maybe he really did believe that he was in any special kind of situation in getting a concussion. Why wouldn't he have that extra protection on anyway? You see? So that confused me. Now, I guarantee you, if he gets back on that football field, he'll put on that extra protection because now he sees the severity of it. So I'm just going to hope and pray for him. You know what I mean? I'm going to hope and pray for him. So I guess somebody asking me my favorite Cowboy ever. My favorite Cowboy ever. Why? I'm so blessed, man. I'm telling y'all, all my boys are my boys, man. I'm trying to tell you, all my boys that I played with are my boys. Now, I'll tell you this. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Shay, I'll tell you this. You asked me, look back in my history, who would I say is my favorite Cowboy? I'll tell it to you this way. Since I told you, and I may have shared this with you guys before, my dad never saw me play. Never saw me play football, and certainly never saw me play in the NFL. He died 3 days before my senior year in high school, and that's when they moved me to wide receiver. So he didn't even know I played wide receiver. But when my dad and I would watch football games, we would watch the Cowboys. And he would love Drew Pearson. He loved Drew Pearson. Drew makes play clutch. Oh, clutch. That's how you make a play. That's how you make a play. And he would always talk about it. When my dad passed, and I got drafted by the Cowboys, and they happened to give me the number 88. My dad was a huge Cowboy fan, wore the fedora hat. I got the number 88. So, it has to be Drew, because not only did I get his number and I wear his number and I'm on a group text, me, Drew, Dez, CD, and Post Malone. We text all the time. That's our 88 club. And we text all it, you know what I mean? But every moment I played in a football game and every catch I ever caught a pass, I would always visualize my dad celebrations that were for Drew. I would try to remember what catch Drew had made, if it was a touchdown or whatever, and how I saw him react. That was the picture in my head. So yeah, that would have to go to Drew Pearson right now. And I mean, I just love the fella. And he's my dude. He's the original. So, but now for my boys, all my boys are my boys. I'm close with Deion Sanders. I'm close with Troy Aikman. I'm super close with Emmitt Smith. I'm close with all my boys, Darren Woodson, all of my boys. We have still been this tight. And that part I really love. We talk to each other like we love each other. And we don't never not say, hey, man, I love you, man. And we always are there for each other. So I got great dudes. And I guess that's what it takes to have the kind of success that we had. You know what I'm saying? When you win all those Super Bowls. Now I wanna start taking some time here to just kind of open up and talk to you guys, man. And just kind of see what's on your mind and what you guys want to talk about, and see where this thing goes. I mean, I know we talked about the Monday Night Football game. We talked about Tua. But the real talk is the talking we're doing. Because that's the real growth in life. It's the sharing of life. God is still writing the Bible. I mean to get on you with that, but that is true. It's in all of our stories. Now, if we share those stories, then we can all be inspired by each other's story and say, man, if you did it, I can do it. If he did it, I can do it. We get inspiration, motivation like that. That's why the word says, confess one to another, pray ye one for the other. We're supposed to share these things, to strengthen these things. So come on, man. Let me get you guys and see where you guys got to go. Oh, yeah. SJ, Lil Wayne, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, SJ. And you guys know I did the show with Lil Wayne. I love Lil Wayne, man. He's real dude, real good dude, too. And you tell real soul dude. And when I saw what he put out, when he said it broke him to not have that honor. The podcast I do with Cam and Mace. I told them this. I said, guys, what's great about us having a chance to break it down and chat, especially with our culture. That's a group of people that are very influential in our culture. The music and the athletes are very influential. So we get a chance to chop it up and give it up in ways that we think that is palatable to everybody. You know what I mean? To everybody. So yeah, I do, man. I appreciate Lil Wayne, man, and I hurt for him for that opportunity. And I hope the one thing, get this house with. I hope and pray. The one thing that I was hoping and praying against, like the mass of social media, calling the NFL and putting all the pressure on the NFL, and the NFL is not listening to the doctors and keeping Tua away. I said, I hope you guys don't do that, and I hope they don't bow to that pressure. But I do hope they bow to this pressure. I say, flood the NFL with all of this information about how could we not have Lil Wayne. Flood them with it, and I hope somehow, some way, they bow to it. I don't know if the big mighty man will go in and say, well, we made a bad decision in not including Lil Wayne in the first place. But yeah, I felt bad for him. I felt bad. And if anybody can get the big bad man to do it, that's the power of social media right there. That's the power of social media right there. Now, I got my boy Ken Lawson here talking about they like to blame Dak for the Green Bay last season and now the loss to the Saints. I hear what you're saying, buddy. I hear what you're saying. But, dude, I do believe also, as you say here, this falls on the D. This falls on that defense. Ultimately, it falls on that defense, Ken. You're right. If I said one person has to stand above the most that I place it on, I'm going to say the defense. But I got to put Dak in there also because Dak missed some throws. Dak missed that throw to CeeDee Lamb on that over post. And a post coming across the field where CeeDee Lamb was easily in back of his guy. That should be the easiest throw because you have the whole football field. You don't have to make a perfect throw. You can throw it high in the air and throw it all the way across the field. One guy is chasing the other. Only the receiver will adjust to where the ball is going because he's the only one looking up. So it's an easy throw. And you missed it. And he missed a few throws in there. And I was watching CD to see if he gets over upset. And I must say, he did not. He stayed in the game. He kept working. As a matter of fact, I got to make sure I reach out to him and hit him on the text about that, because that's what he has to do. That's what he has to do. But that does get some blame, guys. We got to say that gets some blame. There's no doubt about that. Oh man. Now you want to go CeeLo 79. You want to go over there in Miami a little bit. And I'm gonna tell you something. Who's the best receiver in Miami history? Minus I. Boy, that's a hell of a question. Let me tell you why. It's a hell of a question. But two rings ring out to me. Two ring out to me right away that will battle in this mix right here. You can say what you will, and you guys may not have enough knowledge of this first guy that I'm going to mention. I know you got great knowledge of the second guy I will mention. But the first guy, Eddie Brown, dude, y'all better go check that tape. Y'all better go look at that dude, Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown played right before I got there. You know, Eddie Brown and Stanley Shakespeare, they were the receivers that I came in and I was taking over for. But Eddie Brown, he was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, I think 13th pick, something like that, 13, 14 pick to the Cincinnati Bengals, 15, something like that. They went to the Super Bowl, Boomer Esiason took Eddie Brown got down. I mean, oh my God. It's Eddie Brown or Andre Johnson. Now, here's my kicker in the determining factor. Eddie Brown could do so much. You couldn't touch him on the line of scrimmage. I mean, I've never seen anybody with such sweet feet at the line of scrimmage, and he was a big enough guy. Eddie 6'1", 6'2", you know, he had some size on him. He had size, and he could, he could catch anything. I used to watch him like, man, this dude here is bad, man. I wanted to be like Eddie Brown. I picked up some of his things, he stepped back, picked up a lot of his things. But Andre Johnson is a whole nother beast, peeps. I said this, and when we were at the Hall of Fame this year, when Andre Johnson got in, and I'm sitting around, looking around at all of these Hall of Famers in the room when we do the Niski luncheon. There's nothing in there but Hall of Famers. I see Jerry Rice, and you'll see Joe Montana right here. You know, I see me, I see Troy Aikman. You see the buddies, you see the combo, you see the combinations that have made it to the Hall of Fame. When I looked around and I looked and saw Andre Johnson's in this room and his quarterback ain't in this room. His quarterback would never be anywhere near this room. None of them. None of them. None of them. How the hell did he get in this room? Eddie Brown ain't in this room. Reggie Wayne will be coming to this room. But I can see Reggie Wayne quarterback right over there also. You see what I'm saying? So if I break it all the way down and you snatch it out of me, I got to give it to Andre Brown as the baddest man to play wide receiver at the University of Miami. You know what I mean? Andre Brown. And I'm telling you, hear me out? I'm telling you, he's the baddest man playing wide receiver at the University of Miami ever. And that includes me. I'm not telling you that. That minus me. That includes Michael Irvin. That's who that includes. That includes me. You're listening. And we are right here watching the Michael Irvin YouTube channel. But Andre Brown, Andre Brown. You know who Andre Brown is? Let me tell you, y'all. Let me tell y'all why I'm even doing this. Oh my God, I'm calling my name, Andre Johnson. Let me hear it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let me tell you who Andre Brown is and why so you know it didn't come from anywhere. Andre Brown, I meant Andre Johnson, but Andre Brown was the receiver and why I went to the University of Miami. So his name is always in my head. Andre Brown. Andre Johnson is the baddest receiver to ever play. To ever play at the University of Miami. That includes Mike Irvin. Andre Johnson, baddest man. And he gave me the great honor of putting on his gold jacket. Sorry I was saying Andre Brown, but let me tell you who Andre Brown is. Andre Brown is my dude. Great friend of mine. A roommate at one time. Came from Chicago, played wide receiver in Chicago. When I graduated, I wanted to go. I visited Syracuse. I was ready to sign with Syracuse, so they offered me an apartment. You're the 15th or 17 kids, and you're going to be sleeping. You're going to get off the floor. You're going to get to an apartment now. I was ready to sign away. And then I went to LSU. I was ready to go anywhere but Miami. And all they kept telling me is Andre Brown, #1 receiver in football, in high school football that year, was leaving Chicago to come to Miami. Now, are you shitting me? It's my city. It's my time. Oh, y'all will talk about, y'all think, oh, y'all going to get a #1 receiver? And I'm right here? I said, okay, we're going to see when we get to Miami now. So I went to Miami because of Andre Brown, #1 receiver. Let's go see. Let's go challenge. And when Eddie Brown left, that's who we were battling for, to see who got the starting job. Andre Brown caught 6 touchdowns in one game in high school. That's all I heard about. He caught 6 touchdowns. Supposed to be the baddest boy out here. But yeah, of course. Yeah. So that's where the Andre Brown came from. I just wanted to give y'all that. You know what I'm saying? But Andre Johnson is the baddest man that put on pads ever and played the position of wide receiver at the University of Miami. I see you, Mr. CM23. Coach Prime, man. Let me tell you, when I talk to my brother, man, and I love my brother, and I want to talk to y'all about some of that too, man. Like even how people are trying to twist and turn what happened with Shador and the player from Colorado State. But y'all saw that young man doing all the interviews and talking and going to Travis Harness saying you're too small. I mean, we got to be careful with this. Time has always found enemies. I mean, prime time, my boy Deion Sanders, he's always found enemies. And what now happens is because of how he is, people project that and put it on his kids also, you know, and they're kids. They're kids. I saw them having a press conference where Shador was sitting and his linemen were all standing behind him. And they were talking about some of the things I guess they get to hear from a lot of people out here on the net and talking about them and how it's trying to pull them apart. I thought, wow, that's good. Because I'm telling you, remember this. Road to championships are never paved smooth. There are always peaks and valleys. And it's how you handle the valleys that will determine if you're a football family and win championships. And that's what I saw when they all came together. You see, that's a valley they were in. They were feeling bad. They were feeling bad about what happened in Nebraska, that Nebraska game, which really, they won the second half. They won the second half. They just didn't handle the onslaught of what happened in Nebraska early in their game. But I text my man Time. I say, hey, just take those opportunities. The next game came. Everybody wanted to see them lose. I told him, I said, hey, you know the devil out there, they want to see you lose. But what it meant for evil, go ahead on, let God make it great. Do something great, and you flip it. And dude, what I got to say about that game, and this is the one answer. it would be a blatant misjustice for whoever represents. I know Dion will make us. Dion, I know he'll make sure, but I just want to say this. Whoever represents Travis Hunter to not put him in a draft as the number one wide receiver in this thing, in this college class. Now, he's certainly the number one cornerback also, but I'm just projecting, not just where he is, but where he's trying to be. And I'm projecting that they're at about $35 million a year for wide receivers and crawling a little over 20, 27, 24 million, 24, probably about a year for cornerback that either I should tell you, I'll have to double this thing down, but I'm definitely going in as a wide receiver to get that 35. You hear what I'm saying? That 35. The angry Cowboy fan. What are you doing, angry? Hey, good evening, brother. What's up? I just want to say good evening. Just good evening. Look up, get up, and don't ever give up. That's what we got to keep doing. Stephen Mack, you're right about that. On all things, on all things. So think about that. When I came up with that, and for those of you who don't know, that was the end of my Hall of Fame speech back in 2007. And when I was talking about no matter who you are, no matter where you are, if you ever encounter people that made you believe that you did not measure up, could not, did not fit, it just don't quit. Don't quit. No matter what they say, you keep doing you and look up, get up, don't ever give up, get back on your chase to become who you think and who God has put down in you. So that's just, I love when people bring that back. That means something I said resonated. Even every time I get ready to give a speech, my hopes are really, I have 20, 30 minutes to talk to people, but I want to give them something in the next 30 minutes that they can walk out the next 30 years, something that can really help. And now I may deliver it to you, and I'll say this sometimes, like I always say, I'm bullshitting. That means I'm joking. But I'm not lying. That means I'm giving you the truth. I'm just trying to give it to you in a way that you can laugh about it, but it is the Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The way we receive it, hopefully, can determine how we handle it. Like if we can laugh about it now, then we start moving out of it. So that's why I deliver it to you in a way that you can laugh about it, but it is true. So now if you can handle it the right way, laugh about it, okay, let's fix this. Let's get it right, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't laugh about it, then maybe you ain't ready to fix it. So that's just the way that I just like to handle things. So yeah, that is true. That is true. Hey, let's say, who else can we talk to? Dallas needs to try to trade for DeAndre Hopkins. Texas 346. I'm really thinking on that. I haven't thought about it, but I'm thinking on it. And here's the issue that I see on it, just a little bit. It could still be something good, but that's CeeDee Lamb's area. That's what he does. He works the middle of the field. And DeAndre Hop, he's not really that outside guy to explode. Dallas is looking for a reliable, big-time player on the outside. That's what, you know what I mean? And Cooks and all of them, they make some plays, but they need a reliable guy, big-time guy on the outside. I really wanted a big receiver, somebody that can go and get the 50-50 balls, so take some of the pressure off that on making some perfect throws. Now you're getting out of hand. And that's so fitting, dog. Rich 2K. Right? Rich 2X, I mean. Rich 2X. You know what? Rich 2X, he says Devontae Adams. Rich, that's exactly what we would be, rich, if it was Devontae Adams. If we get Devontae Adams, now, dog, that's somebody that you go and get. If you can get Devontae Adams, outside route running specialist, and gets up and goes and get that football for you, man. And man, boy, they won't come off with Devontae Adams, man. But that would be another. There's no way the Raiders sends us another receiver. They sent Amari Cooper. There's no way they give up Devontae Adams. Boy, that would be, yeah. Because, dude, let me tell you something. That they have those big boys they got in Philly with the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown. It's hard to stop them when both of them are on the football field. It's hard to stop. And if Dallas can ever get that big-time player outside, that'll be big time for them. Be big time. Yeah, big time. Yeah, you're right, dog. You're right. I don't know how you say that last name. Go Charles. Derek is on the revenge, on the revenge hunt this week. Derrick Henry will be on there. I said that same thing. Derrick Henry is going to be like, oh, you only offer me nothing? Oh, yeah, and, you're going to somebody. And I just know it. Oh, my God, I guarantee it's going to happen. I can just see it. Derrick Henry is going to be hot. That they didn't pick him up, or they didn't even offer it to him. And the Ravens are trying to get it going. And now Derrick Henry is going to have one of them great runs. And he's going to just FaceTime one of them small dudes from Dallas. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. If the Saints and Kamara, they did that to us, and they have a good running game, but it's not that physical. They have a great offensive line that blew open big holes. This team has a very good offensive line. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Saints. But their running back brings pain. He brings pain. And right now they're in pain because they've lost the first two games and they're trying to deliver some pain right now. Lamar Jackson wants to deliver pain and Derrick Henry. So, yeah, that's going to be a scary game right there. You know what I mean? That's going to be a scary game. Yeah. Aaron D. My heart can't take another home-ass whooping either. I'm just telling you. I can't take another home-ass whooping, man. God almighty. And let me tell you, how is that, dude? Tell me this. We saying we can't take it. They're coming off of 16 straight home victories. The Dallas Cowboys. They 16 straight home victories. And I'm going to say this. It sure as hell didn't feel like it. How can you have 16 straight home victories and it sure as hell didn't feel like it? You know why? Because the one home victory against Green Bay last time, you missed that. So all this other stuff. I don't know. All right. Where my pen go here, man? Let's get back to this and let's get back to talking about it because we got games coming up this week. And I want to jump into some of those games coming up this week, man. So let me get through this schedule here. And I know you guys, we want to make all these picks and gamble and all of that. It's so good to be able to say that. You know what I mean? Like all the years I worked for the NFL, you couldn't say that. I couldn't say that. All these other guys going and all this stuff, they're making all kinds of money. And you can't say anything about anything because you actually work for the NFL. Well, I can say that now. I can see it right here when I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ken. They got to stop. They got to figure out how to stop the run, brother. And yeah, that I'm a worry about. But let's talk about these interesting games we got this week too. Now, do what you will with this information, but that New England at Jets game, isn't that turning out to be great again? You remember those great games that they used to put on, New England and the Jets, where Rex was all, we won't kiss the ring. We're not going. Now, for different reasons, this game has a lot in it. And I see, I see a semblance of what Aaron Rodgers was before in Green Bay. And if you can give me anything like that here, then I take the Jets here. But I got to do this. I got to tell you, the Jets defense got to get back to what they were doing. The Jets defense did not look like the Jets defense that said, "Oh boy, you put Aaron Rodgers on that team, they'll be right there." So yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's sharp. He has to sharpen up. But that Jet defense, they got to tighten up. But I'm still riding with the Jets right here. Giants at Cleveland. I was so happy to see Deshaun Watson make some plays now. So now maybe he can start, feeling good about himself again, guys. Right now, I told you it's hard for that man. It's hard for that man to get back to what we know him to be with all of this stuff around him. He only has so much brain equity. And then here comes another lawsuit. I've been in those kind of storms. I know. I'm like, man, I just want to focus on the game. I just want to focus. So hey, Cleveland won. I'm taking Cleveland to win again just to see. The more success they have, I think it'll be the best thing to help Deshaun Watson in his head. You see what I'm saying? I know Daniel Jones is stealing from the Giants. That's what Steven said. But Steve, let me tell you this too. So funny you say that because we were having a discussion on the set, Keyshawn and all of us, and we were talking about Justin Fields. And they said, yeah, if he keeps winning and doing well here, he'll get $50 million next year. Pittsburgh have to give it to him. I said, they won't give it to him. I said, they're not paying him that much. Even if he remains the starter and they get to the playoffs, they're not paying Justin Fields $50 million. And he said, what, that's the going rate? I said, no. The reason they wouldn't pay Justin Fields $50 million is because Daniel Jones. They're going to say, no way, we can't have that happen to us right now. So, right, Daniel Jones a runner. He has talent, he has gifts, but let's just say, yeah, that's going to be a bar. You know what I mean? And I don't know that anybody else would be offered him that $50 million. So, yeah, you're right. I understand Daniel Jones. You say he's stealing. I can't say that about another man. I'm just saying to the Daniel Jones stuff. You know what I mean? Houston at Minnesota, what a great game that's going to be. I'm really stuck on this game right here, y'all. I'm stuck. I don't, Sam Darnold looked like something. What? Are you messing around? Think about it. You messing around with Justin Jefferson. He's messing around with Stephon Diggs coming back home. So the hype is going to be there. Both of these teams are playing. Oh my God, I cannot wait to this game. I don't even know. I'm going to take the Texans, but I'm telling you guys, don't count out Minnesota in this. I'm going to take the Texans here. I'm going to take the Texans. Oh my God, that's a tough game, man. Philadelphia at New Orleans, that's another tough game. I really can see this game being a problem for Philadelphia. When I looking over it earlier, studying before we went on the show earlier, I was thinking to myself, like, wow, as good as they looked offensively, yeah, they ran the football on Dallas, but they threw the ball very well. They got the speed to go up the field with you. So, yeah, I think right now I have to, and I believe I'll ride this pick out. I have to go with New Orleans. And there is no tougher place to play football than in New Orleans. So, Philly, you better get ready to deal with that crowd. You're going to hear it like I ain't never heard it before. Oh, where's that thing right here? That Chargers-Pittsburgh game. That's in Pittsburgh. I'm just going with the home team. I don't know right here, dude. I'm going to tell y'all something. That's going to be a tough game. Coach Harbaugh's trying to set the tone to tell the Chargers what kind of game what kind of team we're going to be. And it's going to be a physical team, but they're playing a physical team in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, they don't lose in Pittsburgh. If this young man, Justin Fields, continues to do what he's done and not turn the ball over, 0 turnovers, he'll keep that starting job, and Pittsburgh will continue to keep winning. They won't win them all, but they will keep winning. But I also see growth in that young man. He's getting better and better. Denver at Tampa, don't play. Tampa will take care of Denver. Green Bay at Tennessee. This game here is a funny game. I want to go with Green Bay, and if Jordan Love was playing, I would certainly pick Green Bay. But I'm going to go with Tennessee here because there's a lot, and I'm thinking about this. I'll do a piece on the show tomorrow. Who has to get it together? I can pick a team, a player, anybody, and talk to them about who has to get it together. And this time, I'm thinking about picking and talking with Will Levis because the reality is, Will Levis, dude, this guy got a big arm and he can make plays. A big arm and make plays. He just can't make those bonehead plays. If he cut out these 2 bonehead plays over the last 2 games, that team could be 2-0. And I'm saying he's going to cut out those 2 bonehead plays. And without Jordan Love, I'm taking Tennessee, the home team, to win that game. Carolina, Las Vegas. Come on, man. Las Vegas going to win that game. Carolina, shame on you for ruining that young quarterback, but you ain't going to win no game. Miami at Seattle without Tua. We've already talked about it. Seattle will win that game. Detroit at Arizona. Detroit has to show that they are legitimate contenders and not that old up and down team. So they have to go into Arizona and beat them. And I'm taking Detroit to win that game. I'm going to skip that Dallas-Baltimore right now. San Francisco at the Rams. You take San Fran, even though San Fran is a little banged up. The only team banged up more than San Fran are the Rams right now. So you take San Fran in that game. Kansas City at Atlanta going to be a great game. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to take some of that old Kansas City championship stuff to beat this team. Atlanta's going to play them very close and very hard, but I'm still taking 1-5 as the champion. Monday night, they got Jacksonville at Buffalo. I'll take Buffalo to win that game. Washington at Cincinnati. I'm taking Cincinnati to win that game. Now, I'm going to close this with this, guys. I'm worried about this game, Dallas and Baltimore. I'm absolutely worried about it. It's the matchup that worries me. I don't have any question in my mind. I don't think Dallas defense will be able to stop Baltimore's offense. The question is, can the Cowboys offense keep score with Baltimore's offense while facing that defense that Baltimore has? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes, because that defense Baltimore has isn't the defense that they had last year. They're not playing as well. So this gives me a slight little chance, slight hope that my Cowboys can get it done. Get it done. Guys, I want to thank you for taking the time, man. You know what I mean? Angry Cowboy fan, you be right here, man. You just keep bringing that thing on down and keep talking to me. I see. And I appreciate it. I hope Dak will rock out too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We need Dak to step up and make some plays, and we will see you here next week. I'm still working this schedule in, man, trying to figure this thing out. and this is even sound funny, just sitting here talking like this, but I get to at least see what you're saying back. And I enjoy that. I like chatting. It's that new world. And as I said, it's always great when it's us talking with each other. Not me talking at you, but us talking with each other. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next